Hello students. Going back to our unit which we started this week, we have unit 5, which is Do You Really Need It? We had the first lesson, which was the listen and discuss lesson, and then we started yesterday with the grammar lesson. Now our grammar lesson was basically about adverb clauses. You can see that we had a lot of details concerning these clauses. We started by explaining how a sentence can be divided into two clauses. So one sentence, two clauses, and these clauses, they can be one dependent and the other independent. Now usually we have the dependent clause. It is the adverb clause because it doesn't give a complete meaning by itself. But the other one, the independent clauses, you can see that we have a full, complete meaning. Now going on, we explained how the dependent clause can be compared to a baby because it depends on someone else, and the independent clause is the complete full meaning that can be like a grown person. Now we explained the basic part, which is the adverb clause, and how the adverb clause functions as a complete adverb in the sentence. Now we said that the adverb clause starts with a conjunction. It does have a subject and has a verb in the clause, and of course you can switch and rearrange the sentence. But if you do have the adverb clause in the middle of the sentence, you do not need the comma, as we explained. Now we have the four groups. Now there are adverb clauses that show reason, the other group shows the condition. The third group can show the purpose, and the fourth group of adverb clauses show the place. We're going to start with the exercises that we have here on page number 70 and 71. So we have here, match the main clauses and adverb clauses to form sentences, use correct punctuation. So we're going to start on page number 70 here. We have the first exercise, which is the match. Now you can see in your book that the first exercise is done, which is C. So we have here, we're going to start with number 2. Now she can't use that brand of makeup. You do have other choices. So we have here A, which is I feel so much more energetic. We have here B, only if I finish my paper tonight. D, because she's allergic to it. E, where I can get the best prices, and F, you should have an annual checkup. So basically we are going to see the structure, and we do have the pronoun she, so which means that we have here D, because she's allergic to it. So we have here, this is the first one. Then we have the second one, number 3, even if you are in perfect health. So we have something concerning health here. Now we can see that even if you are in perfect health. So which one can we see? We see that something concerning health is going to be F. Why? Because we have your annual checkup. So our complete sentence, even if you are in perfect health, you should have an annual checkup. Then we have in number 4, I shop. So there is something about shopping, and there is the subject, which is I. So we have here I shop. We can see that we have E is matchable here. Why? Because we have here something about the best prices. So I shop where I can get the best prices. After that, we have here in 5, I'll come to the picnic tomorrow. So you can see that also there is something about planning a picnic and doing something tomorrow, and we do have the pronoun I. So we're going to match it with the first part, which is A, because we have here, we have here B, because if I finish my paper tonight. So why is it B? Because we have here, I'll come to the picnic tomorrow only if there is a type of condition. The last part, which is going to be 6, since I started exercising. So since we are connecting to something that has a result of exercising, we are going to see I feel so much energetic. So we have here A goes with is the suitable answer for the last part. Now moving on here, we have the other exercise, which is 70, also page number 70. Now complete each sentence with a word or phrase from the box. In some cases, more than one answer is possible. Now you can see we have all these conjunctions. We have because of, in order to, since, unless, even if, now that, so that, or wherever. Now we are going to start with the first part. Now, in number 1, we actually have 2 conjunctions that are suitable. We're going to read. We have here, it rains tomorrow, the parade will still happen. So we have here something as a condition here. Now, even if I can say that, even if it rains tomorrow, the parade will still happen. So this can be a choice. And you can see the other choices that we have here. Now, I told you that we have 2 options here. Now, we can say, for example, even if, and also unless. So unless it rains tomorrow, the parade will still happen. Now, both conjunctions, they do complete the adverb clause here. Now, number 2, it is important to wear your seatbelt. You don't get hurt in an accident. So I'm looking for a purpose here. What is the purpose of wearing a seatbelt? Now you can see the conjunctions that go with, we have here purpose. Now we have here because of, in order to, since, unless, even or even if, now that, so that, or wherever. Now we can see that there is condition here, or purpose, sorry, we have here so that you don't get hurt in an accident. And then we have here number 3, people vote, have an impact on their government. Why? Why do people vote? So we can see that I'm looking for a reason here. Now it can be a reason or it can be a purpose. Now we can choose a suitable answer, in order to. And then we have in number 4, the football game had to be canceled, the heat. Now there is a reason. Why? Why did they cancel the football game? Because of the heat. Number 5, we have a blank at the very beginning. He goes, his little brother follows him. So we're talking about a place here, because there is something about going to this place and following. So here we can see that suitable one is going to be wherever. And in the last one, we have in number 6, actually we have here 3 options for completing the clause here. Now we can say, for example, let's just read the clause first. He's working in a prestigious law firm. He wears sophisticated clothes. So you can show purpose. We can show a result, for example. So we can say, for example, because he's working in a prestigious law. We showed reason. Since he's working in a prestigious law firm. So there is purpose. And also we can say, now that he's working in a prestigious law firm, he wears sophisticated clothes. So we can see that we do have some choices in number 1 and also in number 6, just to show you that which answer you have chosen from these, it is going to be the correct answer. Moving on with our third exercise, which is on page number 71, we do have here, combine each pair of sentences using the appropriate word or phrase in the parentheses. Now we can see that we have here, this is just an example. Now we have here, I'll buy an electronic book reader, and the other sentence, I won't buy it if it's too expensive. We are going to combine together, link them together using an adverb or a conjunction. We have here an adverb clause actually. So they have some choices in the book. We can see that the suitable choice is going to be unless, and then they join the 2 sentences together. We have here, I'll buy an electronic book reader unless it's too expensive. Now this is already done in the book. We are going to start with our exercises. Now we have here, we're going to use a map. We have no idea how to go there. Now we have here 2 choices. We have here since and so that. We're going to use a map. We have no idea how to go there. So I need help. I need a purpose for using the map here. So I'm going to choose since this time, and we can join the sentence saying, since we have no idea how to get there, comma, we're going to use a map. So we completed the dependent clause, and then we linked to the independent clause. We have number 2, a new leader has been elected. Things are starting to change. Now we have here unless and now that, so there is no condition. Now we're going to see that we have here, now that is going to be the suitable conjunction here, and we are going to say, Now that a new leader has been elected, comma, things are starting to change. Number 3, you get the flu shot, you can still get the flu. So even if or in order to, you can still, which shows here that we have condition. Now we can say here, choosing even if you get the flu shot, you can still get the flu, or you can say you can still get the flu even if you get the flu shot. Now number 4, she takes her electronic dictionary with her. She takes it to each place she goes. Now showing that there is something about a place mentioned, I'm going to choose the conjunction wherever. So joining our 2 sentences, she takes her electronic dictionary with her wherever she goes. Moving on, we have number 4. Or number 5 here. Number 5, you want to go to a top-tier university, you must have excellent grades. So we have here condition. We're going to choose if here, and completing, if you want to go to a top university, comma, you must have excellent grades. And then we have in number 6, I'd be happy to keep you company. You might want to be alone. So we have here unless and if. So there is some kind of condition here, and we're going to say here, we're going to choose unless as the correct conjunction, completing, I'd be happy to keep you company unless you want to be alone. And I remind you again that you do have the adverb clause in the middle, so you do not need the comma. Number 7, the game was canceled. The rain was the reason. So I'm showing that there is a reason here. That's why I'm going to choose here because of. So the linking sentences will be the game was canceled because of the rain. Now you can see that there is a kind also of shortening in these sentences that we did. So once you have joined the 2 sentences together, you can shorten your sentence. We have the last one, keep in touch. I want to know how you are doing. So that and even if. So there is a purpose of keeping in touch. That's why we're choosing so that. And here we have keep in touch so that I know how you are doing. Now these are 3 exercises that we have done in the book. Also, you do have on page number 71 to complete the sentences with your own idea. So we have a free exercise here to complete using the correct conjunction based on your own ideas. And we have also the exercise about looking at the TV commercial for toothpaste. Imagine what the man is saying. Write a script for the commercial using some of the words from the box. So also, this is an open idea here. You can use your own ideas, but you have to be careful of choosing the correct conjunctions to form the correct adverb clause, and you can share with your classmates. Now we are going to move on. We have something new here. Now, going back to the idea of advertisements, we mentioned that we see advertisements, and commercials are also a kind of advertisement here. The reason for commercials or advertisements in general are marketing. They have one reason, which is marketing here. And we have here the marketing, of course, is directed to, we have here the customer, so we have here a message they do want to send to the customer here, and of course the customer will do the shopping. So we're going to just focus on the idea of shopping in general. Now just to see here that we have here shopping. Now just to connect with our lesson, which was the grammar here, let's just use the conjunctions. Wherever you go, you can find places where you can shop. But now that a lot of people shop online, shopping malls and stores are not crowded as before. Stores make advertisements in order to attract people. People will come to the store only if they find something worth the trip. So actually, these are reality points that we do pass by. We do have shopping online, we do go to stores, and we can see that there are lots of advertisements every day, which of course try to attract the customer or the consumer. Now, since we are talking about the idea of shopping here, I want to ask you, how often do you go shopping? Do you go all the time? Do you go once a month? Do you go once every 3 months, for example? Do you shop for pleasure? Now, some people, they do just shop if they need to go shopping, and other people, they go shopping for pleasure. What are the things that you enjoy going shopping for? So we have a lot of things that we do enjoy. So some people, they do shop for pleasure and they find pleasure in shopping for certain items. Have you ever maxed out your card? Maxed out. Have you ever heard of this phrase here? Now we have here max out. Now the word max in the phrase max out is short for maximum. A related expression is to the max, meaning to the maximum point. So I have reached the highest point or the lowest. We have here the maximum in general. Now we have here max out is a phrase. It means to spend up to the limit. So I have reached the limit of the card, the credit card or my ATM card, and I maxed it out completely. This is another question. Are you a person who blows money away? So from the picture here, you can see that this guy here, he is just flying or just blowing his money away. Now, of course, this is just another phrase that we use. Now, blows means to waste money. So I'm not actually just throwing it in the air, but I am wasting my money. And we have here, when you blow your money, you may end up broke. So the result of spending a lot of money is at the very end, like the picture that you can see here, ending up broke. So you can see like this man here, he is out of money. So broke here is just a phrase used to show that someone doesn't have money. And there's a big possibility the next time you ask for money, your parents will ask you to beat it. So if you just continue asking your parents for money until you max out your card or the account that you have here, and you are broke, when you ask again for money, there is a possibility that your parents will ask you to beat it. So here, beat it is also a phrase here meaning to leave quickly. So they're going to just ask you to leave quickly without giving you the money. Now here you can see that we discussed the options that we have here for shopping, and if you go for pleasure or how much do you go for to shopping. And we have here also the phrases that we have here, or the types of words that can be used while we are speaking. So since we are talking about speaking, we are going to talk about shopping in general. We are going to link the idea with our conversation lesson or the speaking that we always have. And also we have here real talk. So all together, we're going to start with our lesson, which is the conversation. Now, our objectives are to answer questions and express opinions. Number 2, to give the meanings of words and expressions. Number 3, to use real talk and specific phrases in sentences. Number 4, to advise against something and give opinions. So we are going to meet these two girls. We have here Farah and Amal. Now you can see clearly that Farah and Amal are in a shopping mall. So we are going to listen to the conversation between the two girls. So let's start.
Wow. Look at all those bags. I wouldn't buy any more if I were you. I think you're going to regret spending so much money today. You bought 4 sweaters, 3 dresses, and 2 pairs of shoes.
Actually, I bought 3 pairs of shoes. But don't worry. I'm not buying another thing. I don't think I could carry anything else. And anyway, after all this shopping, I'm officially broke.
Let's go. So that you're not tempted to buy anything else. Hey, where are you going?
Look at this gorgeous sweater.
Didn't you just say you weren't going to buy another thing?
Yeah, but now I'm not so sure. I hardly have any red sweaters, and this one is adorable.
I thought you were broke. I would just walk away from it if I were you.
Well, I do have my credit card.
I don't think using your credit card is a good idea. Think carefully about it before you blow more money on more clothes.
You're right. I'd better not max out my credit card. Okay, I'm going to show some self-control. If I stay here another minute or two, I'll break down and buy it. So quick, let's beat it.
Now let's just see what we have here in the conversation. So you can see that we do have someone who loves shopping. Now what was Farah's opinion about Amal's shopping? So Amal likes to shop, and Farah, she does have an opinion about her shopping. Now she was advising her against too much shopping. Did she agree with her? No. She actually gave her some advice about not to shop too much. Now how do I know? Because there are certain phrases. So let's see here. We have here, if you are going to advise against something, there are some phrases that you can use while advising here. Now, for example, are you sure you want to do that? So once I'm asking this question, I am just giving the impression that this is not something correct to do. I don't think that's a good idea. So here we can see that there is a direct phrase to show that you do not agree and you are advising to do something else. I wouldn't do that if I were you. So just to share here the moment or share the incident that's happening. So I'm putting myself in the person's place and saying, I wouldn't do that if I were you, just to show another way to advise against instead of giving a direct phrase. I'm afraid you're going to regret it if you, and give your advice. So like here, Amal and Farah. Farah said, I'm afraid that you're going to regret it if you spend more money. So here we do have the phrase, and you can complete it based on what is the incident that is happening. And we have the last phrase, you should think carefully before you. So also we have here, you can complete with whatever topic you are talking about, but also we do have something to show that you are not agreeing and you are actually advising against what you are talking about. So we have these phrases. They show advice against something. Now you can see also that the words that we discussed at the very beginning, they are in the conversation. So we have here beat it, as we said, means to leave quickly. We also have to blow money away, which means to waste money. We have broke, someone who is broke is out of money. And max out means, of course, to spend up to the limit. So you can see in our conversation part, we have here the part about advising against something, and we do have our real talk phrases. So you are asked to role play with a partner. Imagine that you are about to do something that is enjoyable, but probably isn't a good idea, such as spending a lot of money on clothes, taking a nap when you should be studying, or eating a second helping of dessert. Your partner will try to convince you not to do it using the phrases for advising against something. Now here you can see that there are some options. You can also relate to other incidents or other actions that can happen. So you can role play with a friend or a classmate, and one of you will give the advice and the other one will receive it. So at the very end of our lesson here, we had a discussion about shopping. Now we listened, answered questions, and predicted meanings of words from the text. Now we do know what is the meaning of broke, max out, beat it, and also we have here something related to wasting money, which is to blow money away. Now it is your turn to build conversations using a discussion phrases that we had discussed, which is advising against something. And of course, at the very end, do not forget to apply real talk to your sentences. So this is our conversation lesson for the day. We are going to complete tomorrow with other examples, and we are going to start with our listening and pronunciation lesson. So be ready.